10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to a holiday edition of the Sub Beacon. I'm Victor Manis along with Sonny Bunch and Jonathan V. Last. I'd like to remind you the Sub Beacon is available on iTunes and soon on Google Play. Just look at our podcast and search for Sub Beacon. You'll easily find us. Please subscribe, tell your friends, and leave a review. Wow, that week just flew by, didn't it? I feel like I was just here in the studio.
Hey, did you guys have a good Christmas?
Yes, you know, it's kind of funny. I thought you wore the same outfit the last time we taped.
Well, that's part of my Zuckerberg mantra. I always wear the same clothes. Yes. So I don't have to actually choose things.
I had a lovely Christmas. How was yours?
It was fabulous. Sonny, how did you guys celebrate the birth of Christ?
A perennial favorite question by JVL to Sonny.
I don't. What
did you go to midnight mass or did you go Christmas morning?
I don't understand. Is this like a Black Friday question?
Did you get to confession before Christmas mass?
Are you talking about Boxing Day? I don't know what this is.
Well,
Victorino, I have a question for you.
Yeah, shoot.
As an basically observant Catholic,
I haven't missed mass in a very long time now. Yes.
What are your feelings about the Christmas and Easter crowds?
Yeah, you know, you're
church.
Well, you were told
because there are two schools of thought.
Yeah, of course,
right?
Of course. Yeah,
Which school are you in?
Oh, easily the one of disdain.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, because come on, see you one more in next Easter, and that's it. Because you're only going through the motions, and I know, but I'm trying to be a better person about this, JVL. I'm trying to be a better person. Say, hey, it's good they showed up at all.
It makes the Lord happy that they're there.
But a lot of them are there, but they don't actually. They're not really into it. They're not. There's no sense of I'm here to celebrate the mystery. No, they're just here. It's social. It's a party.
But maybe if
they don't know what's going on, I'm here. Let's
talk. The beginning of a return to the faith for even one of those people. Then isn't it all worth the inconvenience to you?
Do even one of those people, let's be honest here, it depends, and it'll depend on the mass. If it's all tambourines and whatever else, no, I'm not coming back at all.
I have a friend whose line on this is always that it gives him joy to see the churches full on the holidays. Because it's so beautiful that these people they're still pulled, and maybe it doesn't take this year, maybe it'll be next year, the year after that. But these are people who haven't fully walked, and all I can think of is, you know what? Can't we set up a system where you've got to attend 10 masses over the course? You have a punch card. You got to show up to 10 masses over the course of a year in order to be allowed in the gate on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
That's pretty good. We'd have less crowd,
or at least for one mass. We could have a separate Christmas Day mass just for the people who actually believe in this stuff.
No,
and
yes,
I believe that.
Yes, I believe that's called the 7 a.m. mass. That's the
they're all.
They all go to they make it to the morning one.
You never want crazy.
Boy, this podcast turned into these sub first things so quickly. I didn't even realize what was happening.
Sonny, I forgot you were here. Yes, okay. Well, why don't we? I know our clock is ticking.
How was your Christmas? Was it great, Sonny?
It was great. It was great.
Okay, good.
What was the best present you got this year? Go.
Socks.
Same. I'm looking at them right now.
Me too.
Amazing.
All right.
Also, my Severance watch.
It's a gold watch. Santo Gold.
Joke. We're going to bleep that out, Sonny.
Real Santo Gold. Okay. So we thought that for your holiday listening pleasure, there are people who will be traveling around and going from place to place. Not everybody stays home. That we'd offer up a short Year in Movies episode and our top 10 favorite movies of the year.
Top 10.
Sonny, you want to take it from here?
Sure. I figured we could each do 10. I'll do 10, Vic does 10, JBL does 10, and then 9, like that.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Instead of we just do
All right. Yeah, sure.
Well, I only have 4.
10 at a time.
Oh,
so
okay. You're gonna have to wait out the first 6.
I will.
You didn't
let
make a top 10.
I was not. I didn't know we were doing 10.
I said a top 10. I literally said in the text message a top 10, and you said, "Yeah, that sounds good."
I almost had a top 0 until Sonny stopped by yesterday.
I popped into Vic's office, and I was like, "Hey, you got your top 10 ready?" He's like, "What are you talking about?"
Stonehenge tonight. If you want polls right now, I'll round out my.
No,
I'll round out my 10.
All right, let's hit the elevator music, and we'll be back in a minute. And we're back. Thank you, JBL.
Sorry.
Only took a day. It only took a day. Okay.
Okay, are we ready?
Go for it, Sonny.
So I, Sonny Bunch, will go first.
Go clockwise.
And then
counterclockwise.
Jonathan V. Last will go second. And then you will go third, Vic.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing 10, 10, 10, then 9, 9, 9.
Yep.
All right, just so people understand the format.
Okay.
All right.
You're up.
My number 10 pick is me cheating, because I like to cheat in these things. I like to cheat in
Oh,
these things.
here we go. Like the big candy bar?
I got a tie. I got a tie for 10th.
I got a tie somewhere, too.
My 10th place tie is Cold War, The Captain, and The Death of Stalin, which is a nice little triptych,
Yeah, a little triptych.
about the evils of totalitarianism.
Yes.
Each kind of coming at it from a different point of view. Cold War is a film about how totalitarian communism deforms the arts, personal relationships, et cetera, et cetera. The Captain is about the lies that people will tell to each other and to themselves in order to survive under a totalitarian regime.
Oh, yeah. Goldfrapp was big on that movie.
And The Death of Stalin is funny. So
Okay. Sort of like Man of Iron, Man of Steel.
It's
Oh.
like the Death of Stalin is like about the humor inherent in doublethink
Absurdity.
and in forcing
Absurdity.
people to live with untruths. It is.
Okay.
There's a fascinating depth to it. But
Well, the humor after the fact.
Yes.
It isn't funny while you're doing it.
no, it's horror. It's horrible. But
My number 10 is Rogue One. I did not see 10 movies I liked this year. And so I have had to pad out the bottom of my list because I am like the anti-Vic. I think I saw like 4 movies this year that I thought were good.
okay.
So Rogue One. Victorino, you.
What a jip. Can I say that?
I don't think that's allowed anymore.
Oh, okay. Number 10, 50 Shades Freed. Okay, I made a joke about this. I can't believe I have to see this movie, but I'm doing it just for the show and just for the gags. You know what? Some hot scenes.
You liked it a lot.
There's some things that were really good in that movie. And you know what? Acting wasn't completely, you know what I mean? It was like mediocre.
That movie contributed to the greatest single 4-minute bit in the history of our show.
No.
The Gene review
The
for
Gene
50
review
Shades
from
Freed.
many, many years ago.
The greatest
Yes.
ever.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, JV.
GOAT. Sonny, number 9.
The GOAT. Let's see. Number 9, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which we talked about last week. I quite liked it. It's the only comic book movie on my top 10. And it's just fun. It's fun and exuberant and has an interesting animation style. Go see it with your kids. It is totally kid-friendly. You'll enjoy it. They'll enjoy it. Everyone will have a good time. JBL.
Number 9, The Dark Knight Rises. I'm not really cheating here because I saw it for the first time in 65-inch mega TV, ultra high definition, and it was, in fact, like seeing it all over again for the very first time.
It's totally illegitimate.
Vic.
Number 9, Hostels. I'm not into Westerns, but I'm a big fan of Christian Bale. It was kind of depressing, but it was very gritty. And I enjoyed it. It's not the kind that I don't know if I could stomach seeing again, but I thought it was very good. But hard. It always reminds you the living out there was hard.
But isn't that movie long?
It was kind
the
of long.
runtime on that movie.
No.
like
I'm sorry.
220?
I'm sorry. I misread it. I meant Hostel. Hostel 4, which went straight to video. Okay, JV. Sonny.
I think technically that's a 2017 movie.
What is Hostels?
Hostels, but that's all right. It was right at the end of the year. It may have got bumped. I don't know.
Well, I trusted the internet. Number 8.
Number 8, The Other Side of the Wind, which is actually a movie from the 1970s. Finished recently. Netflix paid a ton of money to a bunch of different stakeholders to finish Orson Welles' last movie, The Other Side of the Wind, which is not only a kind of amusing look at how Orson Welles views himself and his place in Hollywood at this point in his career, but is also a rather damning critique of the kind of new Hollywood aesthetic that was in vogue at the time. It is there's kind of a movie within a movie that's just a guy walking around chasing after a woman who is also just kind of walking around and is also frequently nude. And it is just like making fun of Antonioni and all these other guys.
Question.
Is she hot?
Besides that, by the way, there's 3 different levels here. There's the very highbrow movies that most of our listeners will never see.
Some of us take this thing seriously. Some of us take our list seriously.
You know what? I'm here for the listeners because the movies that I saw, they saw. Jonathan's here for the snark, and you're here for the highbrow. Question is, you said
it's really what makes the whole thing work.
It's the chemistry. You said unfinished. Did he not finish this?
Well, he died before it was technically completed. He had a very long kind of worked out script with lots of notes and like, here's what I want here. Mm-hmm. And there was 50 hours of footage that he had shot, but had been locked away in a French vault because of a copyright dispute, a fight over money. I think what happened is Netflix came in and basically threw millions of dollars at a bunch of different people to make all of these problems go away. Mm-hmm. There was actually a fascinating story in the New Yorker by Alex Ross about how this was finished, and they actually had to invent a new computer software technology to recover some of the dialogue because it had degraded so much. So they had to anyway. It's all very interesting, and if you like the cinema,
Antonioni.
And people wonder why Netflix stock trades at 300 times price versus earnings. It's because of brilliant business decisions like this one, because they probably made hundreds of billions of dollars from this movie.
You know what you know where they actually spend their money is on Friends. That's why they spent $100 million to get Friends for 1 year.
JVL.
Number 8, Creed 2. I did not actually see it, but it sounded great, and I bet I would have liked it if I did see it.
Did I see more movies than you for the show?
No, you just liked all the movies you saw.
Really? I feel like I saw a lot more movies. Number 8, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I saw that on a cruise ship. It was funny. And I love Paul Rudd. Who doesn't love Paul Rudd? Everything he does turns to gold. Sonny.
Everything is that a line from something? I don't quite know. What is that? What are you doing over there?
I don't know. I was riffing.
Number 7, I have Widows here at number 7 on my list. Widows, which which JVL and I quite liked, but it was a little bit long and boring, so Vic did not care as much for it. But it's a fascinating film about small town big town corruption, local corruption, and has kind of an interesting little heist movie in it, and it also has some great work by Elizabeth Debicki. So,
number 7, Avengers: Infinity War. It has all of the superheroes and characters that I liked before and have seen in other movies, but they're together in the same movie and they fight.
Well, that's good.
Victorino?
Number 7, is that right? That's where we are?
That's where we're.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, we've already discussed in the last 2 episodes, so we'll move right along. 6.
Number 6, I have A Quiet Place, which I quite enjoyed. It's the horror movie directed by John Krasinski, who does like a very workmanlike job. It's not like he's doing anything amazing or exciting here, but he conveys the terror of living in a world where you can't make any noise lest you die. And it's very efficient. It's 100 minutes, 105 minutes, something like that. And it is scary, and also it has kind of a deeper idea about what it means. What it actually means to go on living in a world that has ended.
Is appropriate for kids.
I would not let kids. I mean, your kids.
Maybe my kids.
If you'd like to terrorize your children, you should watch that.
Well, they hear a lot about it, and I keep on saying, imagine we're in the quiet place right now. Stop talking.
I would say, I mean,
or you will die.
Michael could probably see it. I don't know that I would let Sabrina.
All right. JVL.
Number 6, Layer Cake, which is better than any movie that came out this year, last year, the year before, or like any of the 5 years before that.
Number 6, Chappaquiddick. I know parts of it are apocryphal. I understand that. The whole alibi. Okay, I understand. That's very JFK-like, ridiculous. It's like LBJ saying, I'll give you your award. I understand. That said, great performances. And I think it's important for young people. I'd love to know what all the millennials think about that movie now. And in fact, Sonny, you'll remember we had a Free Beacon movie day, and a lot of the younger folks in the office who were only vaguely familiar with it, they were quite, I think, stunned.
Yeah.
By the horribleness.
This was right on the edge of my top 10. I do like this movie a lot, and I like the way that the second half of it basically turns into a Whit Stillman comedy.
Yeah.
which is like I did not see coming. I thought it was going to be kind of darker and more serious throughout. But it is actually the second half of the movie, watching him try to worm out of this and watching all of his advisors like throwing their hands up in the air in disgust when he's like, "Oh, my license is expired." They're like,
Right. No, and it's not the best and the brightest, but it's kind of close to sort of this war room of these brains, including the great Clancy Brown, I believe, who plays McNamara.
Clancy Brown is great in it.
Fantastic.
And I believe, anyway, it's great.
Okay.
I love it.
Number 5.
Unfriended Dark Web. Unfriended Dark Web. This is kind of a surprise choice for me. I was looking back through things I'd really enjoyed this year, and the thing about Unfriended Dark Web is that it is totally absurd. Like its sense of the dark web is, I imagine, kind of what the normal person's sense of the internet was like in the movie Hackers. You know?
Yeah, sure.
But there is something like weirdly and deeply terrifying about this notion that the internet is utterly malleable, and it is also utterly and infinitely hideable within. Like you can do anything you want to anyone you want, and no one will ever catch you. And if those people want to hurt and harm and harass you, they will do it, and nobody can stop them. Ooh. And so that
was really kind of disturbing.
That's a movie that sticks with you. Okay. Unfriended Dark Web.
JVL, number 5.
Number 5, Spider-Verse.
Okay. Number 5, Mission Impossible Fallout. Entertaining, not too many fake masks. I hate that. Okay, they did have their fair share of fake masks, which is okay.
You love fake masks. And when you hate fake masks?
Since when? Since Mission Impossible 2. That's all they did in that movie. Remember the second one? The one in Australia?
Doug Ray Scott.
Doug Ray Scott. Thank you.
Don't let that one bad movie sour you on the
did.
mask.
Because of that, we had this discussion. Because of that, I purposely did not watch number 3. They Sins of the Father, but I eventually did, and I loved it because Philip Seymour Hoffman is great. Well, you liked it too. 4.
Can I just say about the Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
I
like Superman in his role because it was very dry.
Yeah, Henry Cavill's very good. The thing, I got to be honest, it has totally left me, that movie. I haven't thought about it once since I left the theaters, and I really do think it is the least of like the 3 most recent
ones.
Ones. I think Rogue Nation is the best, and Ghost Protocol is the second best, and I would put this like
the one at the Vienna Opera House I thought was brilliant. Just for that scene alone.
That's Rogue Nation, right? Yeah. I don't. It's a good movie. It's well made. It had some great scenes, but I just like I haven't thought about it once since I got out of the theater. I don't know.
4.
Number 4, Isle of Dogs. This is my favorite. This is, I think, the best animated film of the year. I'm a sucker for stop motion. I just love all of the little details and kind of imagining the persnicketiness with which Wes Anderson in his scarf and cardigan and I assume pipe are in there. He's in there fidgeting like little hand at a time.
All those little tchotchkes.
No, and there's just like there are little scenes, little shots, even not even scenes, just little shots. Like there's one shot very early on where some Japanese guys are playing drums, right? And the camera kind of spins around them as we see them playing, and just imagining all of the different. It must have taken 3 weeks to animate that 10 seconds of film. I admire the work that goes into it as much as anything else. The story is also very good, and it's clever and heartwarming and all that stuff. I quite like it. But yeah, that's my number 4, Isle of Dogs.
Number 4, Paddington 2. Have you? You're laughing.
No, this is.
You're laughing.
Don't laugh.
Hugh Grant. This is his finest performance ever.
That was this year.
He plays the villain.
Oh.
And he is a washed-up stage actor who is running around impersonating a bunch of... This movie succeeds on the strength of Hugh Grant's amazing performance. And every minute he's not on screen, you're just waiting for him to come back. It's fantastic. Visually, it's also beautiful.
That was this year, Paddington 2?
I believe so.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Early. It was like a March movie or something.
This is a huge critical... I remember when the reviews were coming in, it was 100% for like a solid month. And like people were waiting for the first negative review to come out. I still haven't actually seen it. I want to. I thought I was going to get an award season screener, and I never did. But it is supposed to be quite good.
Okay.
How can this? I will say that I seriously doubt that this could be better than Hugh Grant's performance in Cloud Atlas. Do you remember him in Cloud Atlas?
I
Where
do
he plays like 6 different roles, but one of them is like the post-apocalyptic cannibal warrior riding around chasing down Tom Hanks. Fantastic. I think you would actually. Have you not seen Cloud Atlas?
I have not. It's too long for me.
Even if it's too long for JVL,
I would. I think you would actually really like it.
Okay.
Okay. Number 4, Avengers: Infinity War. The expectations were really high, but I thought they were met. Okay. 3.
My number 3. My number 3 is.
You know where I'm going to. There's only a few movies left here. Go ahead.
My number 3 is Mandy, the Nick Cage rock horror film.
It's a hard R, isn't it?
It's a very hard R. I love this movie. It's insane and ridiculous, and it is just kind of balls out fun. I love it. I love it.
Number 3, Black Panther, which is everything about this movie I love. It introduces, there are like 5 different characters on the screen, all of whom are fully fleshed out and all of whom you are rooting for. It has a villain who could easily be read as the hero. It has a hero who can also easily be read as the hero. Everything about this movie is fantastic, and I loved it. Victorino.
Number 3, First Man. That's right. I said it. I still am a fan as somebody who always aspired
you have that
to
as
be
3?
As 3.
I thought it would be higher.
Yes, as somebody who always aspired to be an aerospace engineer until I discovered that I really suck at math, but I was good at memorizing stuff. There are certain scenes in this movie that just stick with me, particularly the opening scene of the X-15. Until somebody does a better opening scene of the X-15, then I'll change my mind. But that scene alone, and of course the mishap of the Apollo 1. Absolutely fascinated by, and Neil Armstrong was a weird person. He was a recluse, and just the way it is, we have these expectations about these people that they're going to be these great heroes, but sometimes they're just weird people, and he was, and that's just the way it goes. But I thought the supporting cast was great. I agree with Jonathan. I wanted more of that. Patrick Fugit, not enough Patrick Fugit in general. Sonny.
Number 2, Vox Lux, which is
that is awfully.
I have
high.
to say,
You have to remind me what that is.
It's old Natalie Portman.
Vox.
The concert one. It was the poor man's. Thank you. Well, yeah, I got it just now. It's the Poor Man Star is Born.
Yes, it's the much better version of A Star is Born.
French director.
Brady Corbett, not French. He's American.
Just because the title is Vox Lux,
which isn't even French.
I thought it was Villeneuve.
Latin.
For some reason, I thought it was Denis Villeneuve.
No, I find this movie totally hypnotic in ways that I was not expecting. It
like
is,
The Professional.
It is, again, JVL. I really think you would. I think you would enjoy this movie. It is a movie that has
Make love to me, Leon.
I'm glad everyone's taking this. So
Sorry.
serious.
Please.
Vox Lux.
Okay.
Number 2, Mission Impossible Fallout.
Okay.
Tom Cruise is running. It did not. I was very down on this movie after seeing it the first time, and it's because I saw it on a small screen. And when I saw it again on date night on the giant Alamo Big Show screen,
A revelation.
it just changes the movie. This is a format-dependent movie, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. Victorino, number 2.
Creed 2. I really liked it. I thought that, it's very poignant.
I know what that means.
You know what that means, but no, don't get there. Don't jump the gun. Do not jump the gun. I thought it was very poignant, particularly when you're talking about fathers and sons. And I'm not talking about the absent father who died. I'm talking about the Russian father and son. And I think Sonny mentioned this when he gave your take, when you gave your take about Creed 2. It's absolutely compelling, and it's like you missed Dolph Lundgren, and it was great. And the guy who, I assume he's a boxer for real, or just a giant man who plays
just a big guy.
Just a big guy. It's touching and it's sad, and I loved it. I loved it.
Number 1 for me is The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which we talked about a couple weeks ago. I like it a lot. It's very Coen-y. I'm a sucker for their brand of nonsense. So,
wow. You had that all the way at number 1. You said
1.
last week, the week before, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that it might be your best movie of the year, and you've etched that in stone.
Yes, this is science now.
Okay, because you can't change your mind now.
I might change my mind. Why?
Well, once you've
once you're
called
on
it,
the air.
once you've called it,
This is the best movie.
best movie of
That's
the
it.
year. 5 years from now, when we look back on this, you've got to commit to, oh yeah, that Buster Scruggs is really something.
You're going to
Can't
see
believe
it when they do the commercials
Well, I
for it,
could-
and I'm going to say best movie of the year and in very tiny print, Sonny Bunch, Sub-Beacon.
Something. Well, I mean, I could also just pull a J-Pod and be like, you know what? All those movies I like, they suck. His last column was great. His last column was very amusing.
It was very good. JVL number
one.
one.
The best movie I saw this year was Widows. I loved everything about it. It is a movie that is kind of like Heat, in the sense that it is about something big and sprawling, and but is nothing like Heat because it's not. You know, Mike, I can't even put it into words. It's great. Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen it, you should go see Heat. Vic, I can't wait to. I can't wait to come across your number one.
Number one is a movie you haven't seen, but you really should. Uffa, Bona Natale, it's Green Book. What did you think?
What?
I totally surprised you. What did you think I was going to say?
Bohemian Rhapsody. As much as you love Bohemian Rhapsody, it's not on your top 10.
An honorable mention. Bohemian Rhapsody's on it. It's sad.
Wait,
again,
hold on. Show me your list. Show me your
it's right
list.
There. Look, there it is. There, I switched at the end with Green Book.
You
and
don't
Creed,
think
but it was
that
a tie.
Bohemian Rhapsody was better than Ant-Man and the Wasp?
No. Did you see Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yes.
You did.
No, but I'm going off of your reaction to it. Your reaction to Bohemian Rhapsody was, wow! You look like you were on the Bone Coaster.
That was, you know what? It changed because of Michael Warren.
Wow.
Yeah. I started to think about, I didn't like that idea about the out of time place to make it work about him having AIDS during Live Aid, which was not about him, obviously. So, I mean, he had gotten, okay. I mean, you know, and also it helps having some time away from that and then thinking, does it appeal to me? You know what I mean? Wait a minute. Okay, not as much. I think Rami Malek is very talented, and I hope he gets nominated. I loved Green Book. I really did give this more careful thought after our episode. And I will say that it's probably very accurate for the immigrant / first generation of Italians to have spoken like that. Based on my experiences in Jersey with my friends' fathers or the grandparents, they spoke all Italian. Then his parents mix, some Sicilian mostly, and then his generation and next probably no Italian at all. It's very sad.
Forget
about it. Sonny Bunch.
We're
We're done. Was that it?
That's
Did we just
it.
hit
I have a couple questions.
And plus,
I'm sorry, go
just
ahead.
a quick correction. I remember we discussed this about Liberace. It was Tony who called I can't remember, Don Shirley Liberace, and that's because he doesn't know nothing, right? Because, in fact, Igor Stravinsky said he was one of the greatest pianists alive. So, there you go.
Vic,
Yes.
question.
Oh, honorable mention, and I do want to switch out one if I can.
No, it's set in stone.
I made a mistake.
It's set in stone already.
It's not a change of opinion. It was just an error. Take out number 9, Hostels, and put in Isle of Dogs. I forgot. I didn't see that on that. I forgot that was this year. Honorable mention: Death Wish, Black Panther, Deadpool, Venom,
Death Wish.
Widows.
I did. I wanted to kind of trollingly include Death Wish in my best of the year, just because all the panty waist critics out there hate
Just,
guns and, you know,
They did.
freedom and safety. They love criminals. They love coddling. They love coddling murderers. They don't like it when men stand up for themselves and protect their families.
Thank you. And also, I just want to make a point. Movies I haven't yet seen from this year that I do want to see: A Quiet Place. I haven't seen Berg versus McEnroe. I think that we should see that. Come on, that sounds really good. No, you laugh, JV. I want to see that. And The Mule and Vice. Okay.
Question. Victorino.
Oh, JVL. Yes, we have about 10 minutes. 5.
We have less than that.
Less
We have
than that.
Name 3 movies you saw this year that you didn't like.
I remember. I just mentioned Widows. Oh, The Predator, Annihilation.
Okay.
Easily.
Annihilation was last year, I think. Maybe.
No, Annihilation
was
was
this year.
this
Okay.
It's in February.
During that awful time. Okay, any other thoughts?
That is
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Kind
Highly-
of a thing? Are we?
highly interesting.
I thought it was fine.
I had one other question.
Yeah.
If we were going to redraft the Oscar draft now, would either of you propose any trades?
Oh yeah, definitely. I trade First Man for if Beale Street could talk.
Okay.
Just didn't
Sonny,
think-
would you want to trade?
No, my draft was perfect.
It was.
Because I got to say, I'm standing pat. I really like the way my class looks. Green Book, Bohemian Rhapsody.
I think people may forget about
Bohemian
the whole Green Book.
Bohemian Rhapsody is not going to get any nominations, except maybe Best Act. There's no original music. There's no original music. Yeah. Rami Malek may, but that would be the only one. Green Book may. I think Green Book will probably be fine on the basis of sex. Getting no buzz.
If I were you, I would.
No.
Is it already out?
A Star is Born.
Is Basis of Sex already out? Not yet.
A Star is Born is going to get nominations in every major category, and it's going to get nominations in minor categories, and it's going to win several awards.
We'll see.
And If Beale Street Could Talk is going to do the same.
Green Book is
you know what was
big hit.
You know what was the
People
steal?
love the Green Book.
It's actually not a big hit. It's grossed about $24 million. You know what the steal of the draft was? The Favorite in the last round.
Yeah.
Me taking The Favorite in the last round, because that's going to get a raft of major nominations in supporting actress, best screenplay, maybe even best picture, and then all of the costuming and all the technical stuff. That's going to be what definitely wins it for me. But it doesn't matter, because I'm going to get more points than both of you combined anyway. Doesn't matter.
I'm still happy with Roma. It won the New York Film Critics Award, LA Film Critics Best Picture. It's getting around.
Roma will get you more points than On the Basis of Sex. That's 100%
that's
guaranteed.
absolutely true. That's all the time we're giving to this episode. Questions, comments, complaints, compliments, tweet us at Victorina Mattis, at Sonny Bunch.
At JV Last, who's going to start blocking everyone. We learned that last week.
Very exciting. Again, be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes or Google Play. Just type in Sub Beacon under podcasts. We're there. Leave a review. Tell your friends. Until next time. Quick question. Do you think at this point we will have been slapped with the E?
There's no. We're first off, we were given that E in an effort to destroy our ratings. I'm convinced of that. That was a ploy.
We want the E.
No, we don't want the E. We don't want the E. We're friendly for all ages. We bleep.
No,
we do the bleep.
More people will
We
find
do not
that.
want the E.
It's like
I do
you want
not
a
want the
PG-13.
E.
You don't want a PG. You want a PG-13.
No, but I want to
And
be.
you gotta,
I don't want.
know,
I don't want
you
the
want
E.
an
I want
X.
people. I
You want an
want. I want
X.
people of all ages listening to the show. This is an all-age friendly show. They won't get the double entendres. They don't know. Little kids. They're fine.
Bukkake.
They don't understand what that is. They don't have access to the internet.
I'm sure it's fine.